5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knives. So, these are my current knives from a gentleman named Elijah Isham. He's the one that designed these. I like him as a designer. I like the swoop, and I like how they hold. So, yeah, I really like him as a designer. I do want some of his more odd knives, like the Arrakis. But for now, I want to focus on this, which is the AEturna. So I'm going to set you there. So that's the AEturna carbon fiber titanium M390, Pleroma carbon fiber titanium M390, the Plethoros, which is from Civivi, the budget brand of WE, brass Damascus, and then the Black Star, which is a little different than the standard fare, but it does have my favorite steel in it, which is 20 CV. I don't really talk about steels that much because I don't think it should be a major deciding factor on whether you purchase a knife, but if you have the option for a knife design that you like in the steel that you like, yeah, awesome. So we're going to take this guy apart, and to start that, so one thing to start with, you got to recognize the knife. So this is an integral, which means that this doesn't come apart. So we take the pivot out with this, set that to the side, and we're going to, I'm actually going to reuse that pivot real quick to just start the movement on the other side. I'm going to finish pushing it out. And then, so everything is now free in here. So when we start moving this, again, this is pretty, oh, I should have, yeah, there we go. So you probably should leave the pivot in until you start the movement. But there's the blade out, and then you can kind of shake everything out. One thing to note is that this isn't kind of their standard fare. This has bearings, but it also has, I mean, I'd call them bushings. I think one's stuck right there, so yeah. And it has kind of bushings as well to help mitigate any wear on the titanium. So the trick on this one to get it back together and stuff like that is on the clip side, this little piece of the side comes off. So it doesn't feel great to take off. I'll be honest. Like, it's because of the fit of the knife that this is a very tight fit, and because it's a very tight fit, getting it off is not easy. Actually, putting it back on is very easy, but yeah, getting it to come off is not easy, and it feels very wrong. But you just kind of, for me, I just wiggle it. I try to get, so this part stays. I'll try to zoom in real quick. Oop, I bumped the camera. Sorry about that. So if you're looking at it, this side will come off, but this ring in here will stay. So that's kind of your line of separation. And so, yeah, this back end is starting to come up. That's perfect. So we'll just, there it goes. So you see, I'll pull this up. This is not broken. This is just how it works. So this piece comes off so that you can access where that bushing and bearing go in here. So that is as taken down as I think it should go. The pocket clip doesn't change. You can't switch sides. This lock bar, I mean, why would you mess with it? The spine doesn't come apart. There's no reason to take the carbon fiber off. So realistically, this is as disassembled as this knife should get. Now, putting it back together is pretty easy. So if you look on the bushings, you'll see the wear mark. I like little iFixit kits because they're magnetic and you can just kind of slip stuff in. But getting it off is another story. So just give it a little jiggle. It'll go down. Then you go bearing, and you get. I probably use way too much oil on my knives, so oil to your preference, not mine, because my preference doesn't matter. I'm just kind of showing you. Gentle the knife in. So this is, it's one of those things. Remember, you're holding onto a knife because this doesn't get a ton of pocket time, and because of that, it stays pretty sharp. And so, working with a live blade right now, you can open yourself up pretty easily. So that's there. So the trick I've noticed here is that to get this in a little easier, you tilt it so this lip is down underneath, lay it in, and then again, you over oil it because I like to over oil things. You're bushing, goes in, and that piece that came off, flop that guy right there, and that'll press on. And like I said, the fit and finish on this is awesome. And so if you just manipulate that lock a little bit, you can get the pivot seated. So that's all the way seated. I'm going to close her up. Going to toss my pivot back, or my the back pivot screw back on. Check my centering. Needs to be way tighter, I think. Yep. Check my action. Nice and simple. To me, that's the benefit of a well-made integral. It really is. It's a one screw job, and you get it done. So that's the Elijah Isham AEturna. Don't touch the blade like I did because that's silly. If you want me to disassemble the Black Star, the Pleroma, the Plethoros, or as we go on, any of my other knives that I show, I am happy to. And guys, just quick final things. The Buck Paradigm is still in pieces. I'm going to keep giving this. I'm going to give this a couple more tries, and then I may actually send this to Buck to repair because this is just really. I don't want to give up on it, but at the same time, this knife was not made to service by the user. Period. End of story. That's just what I'm seeing from it. And Buck basically confirmed that by saying, we will not provide you instructions, send it to us to fix. And that's fine, that's their prerogative. Other than that, I've got the Wii Banter and 20CV coming in hopefully tomorrow. I've got the Baby Banter. So if you'd like to see videos on those, which those are very basic knives, yeah, that I will happily do them. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a great night, and talk to you later.